As far as it goes for the defensive page, everybody knows this is one that most junglers will probably end up building, depending on how things go out, pan out for them. Anyways, reduce tough skin is the same as right now. Reduces damage from neutral monsters by 1. We're all gonna take this if we're jungling in some way or another, unless you're like Fiddlesticks. Enchanted armor increases bonus armor and magic resistance by 2.5%. Now in season 3, most nobody ever got this when they were putting their masteries in. But that was because it was pretty much at the second last tier of the whole damn thing. That was kind of dumb. But now that it's right here and it's only 2 points, and now that it's in tier 1, you might actually get this. It's not that bad of a there's not that bad of a mastery when it's in the lowest of the tiers. Recovery, it's just flat out health regeneration. You get 2 of it. And block, increasing damage from a basic attacks by 1. It's very good. They put it down here, I think, so they can give other people who are not junglers the chance to get it without heavily investing into it. So, in most cases, I'll probably end up just going like this, getting the enchanted armor. Unyielding, though, actually, I might just trade in the enchanted armor sometimes for the unyielding. Veteran Scars, 12 health, up to 36 health with 3 points into it. Unyielding, reduces all incoming damage from champions by 2. And range by 1. And standard stuff is the same as season 3 basically. Resistance, magic resistance, hardiness, armor. Of course you're gonna get this with for most junglers. Juggernaut, maximum health, yeah. Oppression reduces damage taken by 3% from enemies that are impaired, that have impaired movement. Basically anyone you see seed hurts you a lot less. Hardiness gives you, resistance from critical strikes. You don't necessarily need to upgrade this for a lot of champions. I wouldn't really do so given the other awesome options. Evasive reduces damage by 4% from area of effect magic damage. This is all on these 4 right here, hardiness, resistance, and reinforced armor, and evasive, are all kind of, the need to bases. You take it if your opponents are gonna rely on champions to have critical strike, Ashe, Master Yi, Tryndamere, and resistance is if the enemy team is like AOE Destruction Fest. Swiftness reduces the effectiveness by slows by 10%. We all know this one is one I like to take. And then perseverance. Well, anyways, the other masteries there. That was a little hiccup because the PvE shut down. So, anyway, Perseverance is another one that, it's an older one. It's the other mastery that we had for the tier 1. They sort of got reworked. That's 1% of your missing health every 5 seconds. Now, that's really good for certain junglers, but I wouldn't really necessarily call it, amazing or anything. Second wind increases all sorts of incoming healing by 10% when below 25% health. Now that is a lot better. It's amazing for Mundo, though. You really do run the risk of getting yourself killed. And certain other characters too, like Aatrox and stuff, that's just kind of ridiculous. So it could be useful. So right now, like I said, it's either you get Juggernaut and reinforced armor, resistance, or evasive. And now I'm considering this perseverance and second wind, depending on who you're fighting and who your team is with. So either one of those is a great, thing to put points in. Though I'll usually probably end up going resistances and hardiness because that's just kind of like the most vanilla generic thing that covers everything. Runic Shield, start the game with a 50 health shield. This health regenerates each time you respawn. Some will say, this is kind of useful, and I found it kind of to be the most useless one out of the defensive tree. 50 health, unless it scales, is pretty useless. And the fact is, you have to die in order to make use of it. So it's like when you're dead, you're already in this advantage. You come back in with a really crappy shield, and the enemy team the enemy laner got a chance to farm, got a chance to get more items. That 50 health, that 50 health buffer isn't going to do much before he just kills you again. So Another one's Legendary Guardian. It's the same one as the one we have now. The one was a 1-point wonder, but now you put 4 points into it. 1 armor and 0.5 magic resistance for every nearby champion. At max rank, it gives 4 armor and 2 magic resistance, so it's been nerfed. And now it needs 4 points, which is really bad. 4 points. It's really fucking strong, but really bad that it's 4 points. I would say you have to invest too much into it, actually put any use into it. It pretty much denies you the chance to get Perseverance and Second Wind and another one of these badass ones, unless you want to go more than 21 into this. It's very, very strong. You'll get potentially 20 armor and 10 magic resistance from full-on team fights, and more if you're like Wukong or something. But it doesn't help you per se in the jungle. It only helps you in team fights, and it requires 4 points, so it kind of just neuters your chance to get the other ones. Either way, then the last one is Tenacious. Reduces the duration of crowd control effects by 15%. I don't need to explain how good this one is, and probably the one most junglers want when they're going into the defensive tree, so they can get themselves a Ninja, Tai and Spirit of the Ancient Golem, and Tenacious, or not even Spirit of the Ancient Golem. They just get Ninja Tai.